Hi, I'm Stuart Morley, and I'm the Executive Director of Parry Sound Muskoka Community Network. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about what's happening in Muskoka and why business folks are doing so well up here and why it makes sense to join us. So our organization started about 20 years ago. We're a non-profit. We're funded by the federal government, and it was a group of volunteers that were advocating for broadband because back then internet was really bad, and in some areas it's still struggling to get sorted out. Thank goodness Starlink and others have been helpful in recent times, and the government is now starting to spend a lot of money on fiber, so it's a whole different world up here. Then what happened about 10 years ago, the federal government asked us to expand into other areas. So we started basically implementing grants for the federal government, and these grant programs are for businesses to adopt technology. So we've been running these programs for several years, and during COVID we ran twice the normal programs that one normally does. And these are very attractive because a business can recoup up to half their costs to adopt technology, up to $25,000. So businesses can be spending up to $50,000 and half that money will come back to them. And that covers marketing and training and software and hardware. It's been a huge boom for companies that are, well, they probably needed to do that technology, but with COVID and difficulty finding staff, those extra dollars just really put them over the edge. And that's what made it work so well. So that's been very exciting for our community. The third thing that the federal government asked us to do, as everybody knows, it's tough to find talent these days. And so we have a mandate to try and grow the digital talent base. And so what that means is we have funding to help schools with robotics programs, doing visits to factories and businesses, doing competitions, essentially to try and connect businesses with students, particularly those that have a science, engineering kind of a bent. So those are the three areas I've been advocating for developing the community, and it started with broadband and it's now broader than that. Secondly was with trying to get these grant programs going, and thirdly with the links with talent and the high schools. So we service the community in three ways. One is that they come to us because they want to get these grants. Number two is that we support a number of high-profile events every year. We have about 25 business owners in Muskoka that got together and each put $1,000 in the pot to do like a Dragon's Den. So they give out every year $10,000 and $5,000 awards to early stage businesses, and we put on a gala for them once a year, the Impact Gala. This brings about 200 people out for an Oscar type night. It's tremendous profile for these businesses. They meet other investors that might invest in their business. They get customers far faster from the extra media profile we support. And so those kinds of events are something that we do a lot of. The third area, we try to build across the region. So we run what we call a regional innovation strategy group. And that brings together all the 7 chambers of commerce across our region, the 7 economic development offices, the different municipalities, the different chambers of commerce, as well as the small business centers, all participate to swap notes and to keep each other informed on what's going on. Because when people go, well, I'm thinking I might move my business to Muskoka, or I want to start up, who do I call? One of the challenges, they often call us as the regional folks, and then we start to say, well, depending on what you need, these are the 2 or 3 organizations you should talk to that also have grant money, or also have mentoring, or also have other services. So that's the 3 areas that we really help businesses. So typically what happens is we would either get a phone call or an email. That's often the first outreach to us. Or sometimes they've come through one of our community organized community associations who know that we have a grant program running and then refer them. So if you call any of the chambers, you call any of the economic development officers, you call any of these types of folks, depending on whoever your first port of call is, we try to keep in touch with each other so we can all refer each other. So either contact us at our details are on our website, PMCN.ca, and there are phone numbers, there's our contact information, or get hold of me, Stuart Morley, Stuart at PMCN.ca.